Good afternoon from Universal Orlando once again. We are back, but we're back for pass holder nights this time, actually. We'll see how the event is this year. Came back 2 years ago in 2024 and had a good time, but wasn't overly impressed with it. So we're going to check it out this year. There's a block party on City Walk, preview of the new Dead Coconut Club, supposedly. Rides, character meet and greets, exclusive food. We're going to check as much of it as we can out. But first thing we got to do is updates. Poseidon's Fury, gone. Fast and Furious, progress. Halloween Horror Nights, well, I don't even want to begin to tell you how many props have been added, but let me show you. As well as we have new Halloween Horror Nights merch, and a lot of it. So, with all that being said, let's just jump right into this. We're going to start our updates off right here on City Walk. Walking over by Antojitos, we have Hot Dog Hall of Fame. So this closed about a month or so ago, and this is being turned into a new hot dog place. The menus finally have been turned off. The sign was removed a couple weeks ago, and then the cover over this thing was removed, and it was painted black before it was white, so that's interesting. Definitely gonna have to keep an eye on this, but Hot Dog Hall of Fame was good, not great, so excited for a new place. Straight ahead we have construction on the new Category 10 by Luke Combs Restaurant. Not much to say, work walls. We'll check it out from the other side when we go to check on Fast and Furious. For now, we're going to head into Islands. We're going to check up on all of the Poseidon's Fury construction updates. Well, Lost Continent, but mainly Poseidon's. Not that there's anything to see, because it's all gone. So, before we even get back to Lost Continent, we do have a minor construction project here in Port of Entry. The facade under the windmill, right next to the candy store, is getting a facelift. So we can see scrim up and some tarping behind it as they remodel this section of Port of Entry. Just a couple of weeks ago, they were working down on Confisco's and grill, and they finally finished that up. So both that and Backwater and Croissant Moon all got renoed, and now, at least their exteriors did, and now they're working their way back down towards the candy shop. The All Hallows Eve Lost Emporium has tons of new Halloween Horror Nights preview merch, but we'll get to that in a little bit, because I kind of want to keep all the Halloween Horror Nights updates together. So we'll come back and check on that after Lost Continent. Alright, so here in Seuss Landing, they're doing some repainting, reno work down by the lagoon, which, to be honest, needed it. I was kind of wandering around down there a week or two ago, and it looked absolutely terrible. So they're doing a lot of repainting, reconcreting work down there. At the moment, a little bit of repainting that they've done looks great. And I touched on also that this new water fountain was installed. Love it, because it's got a water bottle refill station. Problem is, I mean, who thought that was a great idea? Put it right in the middle of the path, why don't we? You know, just make that more of a choke point. I swear they don't think before they do stuff sometimes. Anyway, we're crossing the bridge into Lost Continent, and we can already see, or not see, Poseidon's Fury, gone. You can see the cranes through the trees, or the excavators through the trees. The entire building is gone, leveled, and removed. It's nothing but a pile of rubble. Spotting it from Velocicoaster this morning. It's very, very bizarre to see. But at this point, a welcome sight, figuring the fact that you know, if it's going, it's going. Let's get a move on. Trying to get a peek through here. Can't really see anything, but, and yeah, you can see that the building's gone. Mythos remains standing for now. Would not be surprised, you know, that's going soon. And I would not be surprised to see these work walls be pushed that way towards Velocicoaster area, because they need to start demoing the Poseidon's Furies gift shop. But yeah, I mean, it's gone. They're making a water ride. Okay, genius. Sure, you know what you're talking about. But, sorry, I don't like people very much. But yeah, I think the work walls will get pushed out that way soon to allow them to demo the gift shop. And then we can see these big green portable, almost trailer-like buildings. Those are supposedly going to be first aid and possibly bathroom buildings once the first aid and restrooms at the back of Sinbad's Bazaar close for demo. So those should be opening up within the next couple of weeks too. Anyway, we're gonna head up, see if there's any more updates to update you on in Islands of Adventure. Because if not, then we're gonna hit up some Halloween Horror Nights updates and Fast and Furious, which are, let's be honest, the really major projects that we're looking at the moment. Alright, coming up on Jurassic Park River Adventure. So yeah, I mean, with this one I keep trying to do updates, but there's not really, you know, anything to update on. They now have plywood on the roof to begin some more prep work to get the thatching replaced. You know, no testing started yet on actually moving rafts around, but that should start hopefully by the end of September, because the attraction's set to open about a couple weeks into November. Also, good news to report, the Pteranodon Flyers has reopened from its refresh. So that's one less attraction down at the moment, because Jurassic Park was starting to feel a little empty with both River Adventure and P Flyers down. But we can see on the roof of the gift shop, they now have a protective cover over it to begin the final prep work before the thatching goes in. So good news to report there. There doesn't seem to be any new merch in the gift shops at the moment. We're gonna come up here to the drop. Probably can't see anything, but be worth a look anyway. Yeah, not much to see. Ride's completely dried up, so no testing yet. But, you know, we're still a couple months away. Also, Thunder Falls Terrace is closed, of course, for the transformation into the new full-service restaurant. It appears they might have... Can't tell if they actually finally blacked out the windows or if that's just a bad reflection. Just a bad reflection. Doesn't look like the windows are, well, no, it's just a really bad reflection. But the lights do appear to be off on the inside. The television screens are no longer on. So hopefully they can begin work on transforming it into the new restaurant soon if they haven't already. Coming up on King Kong, nothing new to report. At this point, I believe we are done with all the updates here at Islands of Adventure. We're going to check in on some new Halloween Horror Nights merchandise before we head over to studios, check up on Fast, and the rest of the Halloween Horror Nights updates. So, nice look there at the new Halloween Horror Nights preview merchandise for HHN 35. I like it. There's actually a lot of stuff in there that I like, but I don't love. Like, I like it, it's really cool, it's really awesome, but I know that I don't need all of it. I did, however, pick up a new bag charm for this year because I call it bag charm, zip tag, card holder for my annual pass. But I had one for Curse of the Werewolf and it wore out, it was fading around all the edges. So, I mean, it was over 2.5 years old at this point, so I got that during Epic previews, so, or 1.5 years old, I don't know, it was fairly old, so, yeah, I was like, okay, time for this one to go, and new one to come in, and this one is really cool, it's textured, but more basic design, so, I really liked it, got it. I've been collecting that stupid Infernal Carousel. I kind of regret buying it in the first place now, just because it's like, I mean, now that it's all said and done, I ended up spending about $120 in total on the whole thing. And I mean, it's just a stupid piece of plastic, but you know what? I have it. This is the one year I'm going to do it. It's a really cool decoration. And I have all the characters, the last two being Killer Clowns from Outer Space and Art the Clown. So yeah, I really want the poster of the Ozzy Osbourne art. Unfortunately, they have sold out of it, both here and in Studios. Studios at the 5 and Dime has a lot of the same stuff, if anything less stuff than the All Hallows Eve Boutique and the Port of Entry store does here in Islands, which is weird, but okay. We are less than 2 weeks away from the first opening night of the event, and so the rest of the merch should come whenever the Tribute store opens. Menus should be dropping any day now. But yeah, as far as the preview merch goes, I like a lot of it. I'm going to say I might end up buying some more, either of the preview merch or of the normal merch, once we start to get to the end of the event, because everything then starts to become 50 to 70% off. And they'll typically have like the shirt with all the houses on it, and the glasses with the designs on it of the different houses. Like, they'll normally keep those. Last year I got a mystery pin set, the house t-shirt, and the oh boy, what's it called? Brain fart. And a glass with the Origins of Horror on it for like $30. Mind you, the t-shirt itself was like $30. So, great deals at the end of the season. So if you're unsure about merch, or if you're looking at something and be like, yeah, I like it, but I don't have to have it, and I'm going to be back, just wait till the end of the season. I mean, there's no guarantee that it'll still be there, but there's a good possibility that it'll be there. Anyway, let's head over to Studios now. We're going to check up on the rest of the Halloween Horror Nights construction, because they have added tons of new props to Fortnite and tons of new details to all the other scare zones, the houses, everything. There's just details galore. So let's head over there. All right, we are on our way over to Universal Studios Florida. Hey Studios. Yeah, so we're gonna go, let's finish this round of updates, and then let's go see what Pass Holder Night's all about. So, we're out here on City Walk, checking in on Category 10. Yeah, it's a big pile of dirt. They got the deck demoed, finally. The stairs are out of there. Again, finally. So now it's just a big pile of dirt and concrete. So, yeah, not a lot to report on just yet, but, you know, it's still got time. And then we're heading over to Fast I don't know how much there's really going to be to see that's new, but we'll find out. Alright, I don't really know how much there's going to be to see, but you know, we're going to find out. Well, they started to tighten down a lot of the bolts on the flanges connecting the track to the supports, and they've started to tighten down a few supports to their footers as well, which is good. Sooner they get that done and get concrete set, sooner we can start testing. I mean, I'm not really going to pretend to know exactly what I'm looking at. Not like everyone else that thinks they know what they're talking about. But work site's quiet today for how it has been, but it is a Saturday. You can see the beginning of scrim set up here to designate out the pathway for Halloween Horror Nights. We're going to look here to the mid-course. We have tire drives installed, so this will be a block zone, thankfully. We can see we're continuing to replace the missized flanges on the massive overbank turn. See some metal lattice or ladder or something staged there under the rollover top hat. Check out here out back for Poseidon's Fury. Yeah, whole lot of nothing. Completely gone. Which, sad to see Lost Continent go, but glad for progress too. Let's see. Coming around here. At this point, not really going to be a lot of updates until they start sealing up supports and begin testing. But I mean, they've got a lot of the power units and air conditioning units in for the launch and the brake run control units. We can see pipes heading out of the massive air cooling units to head up to cool the brake fins on the brake run. We'll get a better look at the other parts of the layout when we get into studios. But yeah. Let's see. Yeah, we can see there, that's one of the parts that was misaligned. So I guess they sent in the wrong size flange and the bolt holes didn't connect. So they've had to basically chop off and are now waiting and then going to have to re-weld on a new flange piece. But yeah, we can see there, over there, a lot of bolts starting to be tightened down on the support to ground connections or support to footer connections, which is a good sign for testing to begin. We need the coaster to be all linked up. We also need them to pour concrete, but yeah, they've got a lot of the lattice, I guess metal lattice in for the wiring for the LSMs and the brakes. Starting to get catwalk installed here on the launch. Exciting times. I'm gonna go down here a little more. Started from the opposite end today. No panning shots because there's nothing really to awe at. We can see weatherproofing on the new concrete retaining wall that's happening over there. And of course, we have the massive spike. Well, they chewed into the bricks, or smashed up the bricks. That pile of bricks that was there a couple weeks ago, I don't know where that ended up. And they've got a lot of new crates in, hopefully for more ride components. Yeah, we're moving pretty well here on the back half of the course. I mean, we still have a lot to go, but they're moving. Still waiting on that last support to be installed that we can see right there. Still waiting on that to be installed. But yeah, doesn't look like they're, well, obviously they're not doing any work today. But they've gotten a lot of work done over the past couple weeks, and it's great to see it. The ride went up very quick, and we're very, I would say we're very proud of the crews for how quickly they got this thing assembled. So, glad to see it, glad to hear it. We'll keep checking up on the rest of the ride when we get into studios. And then we got Halloween Horror Nights updates to check in on. Doing a quick update on the arch over here. Nothing to report. More work walls were installed, but nothing yet. Kind of makes me nervous for them getting the medallion up on time, but we'll see. Heading back to check up on Fast and Furious. So, looks like the work walls are down in Music Plaza finally. So, very, very glad to see that. Time for HHN and time for them to then block off Music Plaza once again for Halloween Horror Nights, but you know, we got fresh turf, and I gotta say, it looks nice. A little more neon than it should be, but it looks very nice. And we have catwalk installed, or beginning to be installed, for the boost over the top hat, which is great to see. Again, anything is progress one step closer to opening. But yeah, we can finally walk into this plaza again. The turf feels so nice after walking on concrete all day. And it's so soft now, too. Whereas before it was like rock hard because it had been walked on so much. But now we get a really, really cool look at the rollover top hat element, as well as that wacky wave turnout type thing. Get a look head on at the mid-course brake run out there. And good look here at the new launch fins. Yeah, great views. Wave turn and massive airtime hill combination. Awesome to see that. Let's see what we can see from the other side. It's going to be awesome to be back in here for HHN again. This will most likely be Jack and Oddfellow, figuring that last year this is where Artista ran through. And we got to look at the final hill that rises up into the brake run. And a look at the beginnings of catwalk being installed on the end of the first launch for the new coaster. So glad those work walls are down, because now we get much better and much closer look at the attraction than when they were up. Great, another great look at that wave turn airtime hill. Gonna be a great place for pictures once the attraction starts testing and eventually opens. Anyway, let's head over and check up on the station, see if there's anything new over there. Alright, we are walking this way towards Fast, and we can see a giant pile of dirt behind the construction wall. Very interesting. Curious to see what that's going to end up being used for. Maybe leveling out for a new street or something. Ghostbusters facade doesn't look any more done than it used to be, which I think it still has some of Rocket's old camera equipment in there. It's kind of funny. But yeah, oh, there's a step down there. Anyway, I'm gonna walk back here, climb up the staircase, and see if there's anything new Nothing really of note from this end. Oh, they got that, whatever the heck that thing is. Maybe test drive tire propulsion, possibly? Or it's just to protect something, I don't know. Oh, never mind. The Ghostbusters facade, the back of it is now enclosed. It's no longer a big empty hole. Yeah, looks like they got some, the white part there could be the edge of the station going in. And of course the catwalk and track for all the wiring. And then through there in the back we can see a new tent that was installed for Halloween Horror Nights to provide cover over the queues. Speaking of Horror Nights, let's check up on literally basically the entire event at this point, because the amount of props that have been added since we were last here, I mean, it's insane. So let's head around and check it out, because it's starting to really look like a tried and true event now. Alright, we're heading in. Let's check up on everything that we have for Halloween Horror Nights. Yeah, so we're back here at the tent houses. This is where HHN Chains was last year. Yeah, this is definitely aliens. This is definitely aliens. You can tell by the barn. The farmhouses and the barn that's out there. Massive barn-like structure. That is definitely gonna be the alien-themed house for this year. Let's see. And I was correct. Yes, the tent house closer to us, just beyond that tower over there, is Sinners. I don't know how well, I'm losing track. I don't know how well you can see it, but you can see the top of the character's fedora. So I was right. So the two back houses are gonna be Hellraiser in the far back where Fallout was last year, and Sinners on the closer one where where Galkin was last year. So you got Hellraiser in the back, Sinners in the more front. You got Alien Abduction here. And then this one is either going to be Cyborgs or HR Blood and Guts. I'm not entirely sure. Hopefully someone will get pictures from the air and we can figure it out. I'm thinking that it's Cyborgs based on the barbed wire and the weird tower out front, but we'll see. Yeah, it's awesome that we now have Sinners art up out back. Alright, so HHN updates. Wow, just wow. So many props added. It's actually insane the amount that has been added since my last visit. About 2 weeks ago. I mean, it's crazy, but love to see it. We're one step closer to the event. We're less than 2 weeks away from opening night. And the next vlog you see from me, after this one, is going to be Halloween Horror Nights opening night and the day after. And I can't express how excited I am for it. You know, this year, the lineup I'm not a fan of, but gotta say, I'm still excited for the event. You know, Fortnite finally has props. I absolutely disagree that should be here, but whatever. It is. We can't fight it. Oh, wow. But, yeah. Great to see it. Love to see it. Can't wait for the event to start. Super excited. And without further ado, let's get to the second half of the video. Alright, and with all the updates done, now let's kick off Pass Holder Night. So, we're gonna head in, see how it goes with check-in, because sometimes check-ins to the events are rough. Sometimes they go smoothly. We'll see how it goes. Then we'll head back out here, check up on the block party, head back to studios, and then at that point it'll be waiting until 7 for park to close for pass holders. And at that point we'll have about 4 hours to see what the event's about this year. I will say, the last time I came, I was not very impressed. They didn't have many characters. The characters they did had, 90% of them, the major ones, had lines that were not worth standing in. There was no free exclusive food. There was no free drinks, exclusive drinks. Like, there was nothing. I don't expect much, but a little something would be nice. So we'll see how tonight goes. Might end up buying that crepe, because they got like some apple pie crepe or something. So I don't know. Like I said, I'm kind of trying to describe how I feel about going into this event. I'm apprehensive, I guess is the best way to put it, about how good this event's gonna be. Because, like I said, last time I wasn't impressed. Anyway, we're gonna head in, check in, and then we'll see what's all happening. Alright, heading in. See how much of a nightmare it is to get into this thing. May I also comment on the fact that how ridiculous it is the hotel guests get their own line? I know they're paying a lot more money, but yeah, I don't see how, like, necessary that is. Oh, anyway, doesn't look too bad. Alright, well, that was, like, completely seamless. I was afraid that there was going to be a massive line and everything. Nope. Got there, like, right at 3:59, 4 o'clock, which is when we were told to get there for check-in. Just walked right through, right in. And got a pretty neat reusable wristband, too. So, very nice. And then we got our magnet for the month. Revenge of the Mummy themed. Love it, love it. Furthering the random stuff they love to give us. I'm not actually complaining about this. I'm starting college soon and I needed something to put my ID card on, and it's actually really heavy quality, like heavy pieces of metal and pretty high quality, it seems, for a free giveaway piece. Alright, well, this is a City Walk block party. Great way for people to get drunk. That's about it. Got some food, Bob Marley, Pat O'Brien's. They probably have exclusive menu items. I don't know. I don't have the patience to deal with this crap right now, so I'm out of here. Cool dancers and cool costumes, though, but yeah, the block party is just a bunch of music. Opportunity to go into Rising Star, I guess. But I don't know. There's not really much here for me. I'm not old enough to drink, and wouldn't if I could, and I don't really care much for any of the food here, so back to studios it is. So we checked in at 4, checked out the block party, wasn't impressed. Came back into studios, had dinner at Leaky Cauldron. Dinner was fine. Been trying to get a question answered with guest services, but the line has been crazy. Studios is absolutely slammed. For how quiet Islands was today, this park is now absolutely slammed. That's the line now to pick up our pass holder gift. I will be back, but I just do not have the patience for the people in this park right now. I don't believe they're putting the parade on anymore because of the rain. I don't know. Parade's supposed to go off at 6, and they really have. It looks like they've taken most of the stanchions down, which that's okay with me. I don't like parades, but I'm gonna head back to Islands, try and get another ride or two on Velocicoaster, and give studios a chance to clear out, because here's my honest opinion. I'm not the biggest fan of studios. There's not enough to do over here for me. The only reason I'm doing pass holder night is because I want to see if it's gotten better than the past. So far, obviously there's still regular guests in the park and all, but I can't say that I'm overly impressed. I mean, the combination of pass holders and regular guests has just made this park absolutely packed beyond what I've, seen it since pre-COVID. I mean, this park is absolutely just slammed right now. And, the lines, a lot of the pass holder stuff hasn't opened up yet, which is understandable because we still have regular guests in the park. I love these signs. These things are awesome. But, we still have regular guests in the park. Yeah, they're packing up the parade. And that's okay. That's fine. It's just, I don't have the patience right now to deal with this. To deal with the crowd that we have in studios at the moment. So, yeah. Gonna get out, come back later when the crowd dies down, and it might actually be a little enjoyable. Let me just say this, I'm not having a good time. Line and a half for every meet and greet, so I've walked around the entire park. Here's what happened. Went back over to Islands of Adventure, got 4 more rides on Velocicoaster, was loving it. They dropped a train, unfortunately, but I was out of there. Came back over here, get to the entrance. There's like a 10-minute wait to get in. Maybe 20, I don't know. Anyway, we're standing there for 10 minutes. I'm almost at the gate. Then they're like, oh, if you've already checked in, come over here. I'm like, oh, great. That would have been nice 10 minutes ago to tell me, to come in. And then they don't even scan our passes. And that's a problem for the attraction assistance pass, which we can't even get because yeah, the line of guest services, the only guest services open, is absurd. Every character has a 45 to 2 hour wait, depending on the character. Yeah. It's just, it's ridiculous. I mean, there's people everywhere. It's not quiet. There's lines for food, which you have to pay for. And the event is slammed. It's not what it was 3 years ago, 2 years, whenever the last time I came was. I'm going to try and stick it out and find something to do, because I really don't like studios. This park is not good and there's nothing to do here. So, yeah, but we'll see what happens. But right now, not loving it. Alright, pleasantly surprised to have walked on Transformers there. I walked straight into the ride vehicle. Like I said, pleasant surprise, that was nice. Then starting to thin out a bit. I'm not convinced, but we'll see how it goes. It's yeah. Kind of frustrating how the event's going so far. I mean, it's just poorly run, just poorly set up, executed, everything. Like, I just, so far, not happy with this event. We're gonna try and do Mummy, see how that goes. And, yeah, we'll see from there. But, let's go get on Mummy. Never mind, Mummy's a 60-minute wait, which is like, that's, normal park day wait, so, you know, what's the point of that? Anyway, oh, Beetlejuice doesn't have that long of a line. That's a surprise. Okay, let's just see what Fallon is, because there's nothing else to do. Men in Black's apparently a 50 for Men in Black. Fallon's 5. Debating whether I actually want to ride it or not. Yeah. Guess I might as well. There's nothing really else to do here, so. Actually, no, I don't. I don't feel it. Never mind. Too many stairs. That ride's boring. Never mind. I didn't think about it. I'm like, you know what, maybe, you know what? No. Not dealing with that. Never mind. Okay. I'm gonna go try to find something to do, and I'll update you when I figure out if there's anything that I even remotely want to do, and that isn't like a wait that is, you know, excessively long or a boring screen-based attraction. Because, yeah. Oh, also, like, all the lines for the Coke Freestyle machines are off the wall long, too. So, yeah. Yeah. Not impressed at all with this event this year. I'm gonna give it a chance because I like, you know, I kind of should and need to give stuff a chance, but not impressed. And the photo opportunities that were literally a walk-up the last time I came now have lines. They might be 10 minutes, but no. For stuff that has previously never had a wait, that's ridiculous. Even, like, I don't understand why it's so busy. I mean, it's so busy compared to how it was 2 years ago. And maybe I need to stop comparing the events. I don't know. But is VillainCon, or no, Minion Mayhem's running, never mind. Actually, I haven't done that in, I don't even know how long. Probably about 3-4 years. So, I guess we're gonna do Minion Mayhem. Yeah, let's go do Minion Mayhem. Alright, we are walking out of a closed Islands of Adventure. So, yeah, AP nights did not go as planned. Here's to give you a brief summary. Last you saw me, I was doing Minion Mayhem. Did Minion Mayhem, walked right on. It's great. You know, ride's not great, but It was great to just walk right on the ride. Then, guest services finally had a short enough line. Went up, got my AAP. Went back to Mummy, posted a 25-minute wait. There's no greeter. Express lines roped off. Express doors are closed. And Express is where you're going to send AAP down. So, yeah, I kind of, at that point, said, I'm done. Because the event is being so poorly managed, so understaffed, so busy, and just, it's just bad. It's terrible. I mean, there's lines everywhere. You have to wait, 45 plus minutes for characters. Ride lines, some are short, but all the good rides, my Mummy jumped to a 60 after that. All the good ride lines are long. None of the food is included at all. None of the drinks are included at all. The lines are long for the freestyle machines. The lines are long to get your free stuff. As far as like giveaways, the merch, the magnet and everything. So there is no reason to go, I feel, to that event as a pass holder. Unless you don't mind waiting for characters. If you don't mind waiting for characters, great, have fun, enjoy it, go. Me, personally, I'm not a character person, so that event is not for me. It's too busy, there's way too many people, and it's in studios, which is not a great park, and they don't have anything there to do. So, I did what any sane person would do. With 20 minutes left of park operation at Islands of Adventure, I made my way over here. I got on Velocicoaster, 3 rides. It's now like 9:30, and I'm walking out of the park happy as can be. I got 3, right? Wait. Yes. No. 4. Front 7. No. Front 6 and 8. 3. Yeah. I never ended up in 7. Front 6 and 8. So, and apparently there was a SpaceX launch tonight. I didn't know that. Got to see SpaceX while on the ride. Got to see the fireworks show from the castle while on the ride. Plus a night ride with all working lights on my first round, which is when I had the SpaceX and the fireworks. I gotta say, for how terrible the night, like the day was going great. I got a bunch of rides on Velocicoaster. We had tons of updates. Halloween Horror Nights was looking great. Had dinner. It rained, which is fine. But after dinner, things just went downhill. I mean, Pass Holder Night was just slammed and a big disappointment. And now, coming back here, doing Velocicoaster 3 more times, completely turned my night around. I love that attraction. I've been on the ride now over 500 times as of today. It's still the best coaster on the planet to me. It's fantastic. I love it. As far as today, update-wise, forget Pass Holder Night. We're done talking about that. Absolute atrocity. As far as the rest of the night went, the rest of the day was great. Tons of updates. I mean, I've said it before, I'll say it again. I'm sad to see Poseidon's Fury go, because it was a fun attraction and a great land, but I'm excited for Progress, and the fact that it is now completely leveled, while Sinbad and that are nothing but rubble, means that we're moving fast and progress is happening. Fast. The major track work is done, so now all the other stuff can get done. Catwalks are going in, drive tires are going in, conduit, the bolts are getting tightened down, they're fixing the phalanges, they're getting ready to install the missing support. The ride is being finished. They're finishing it up, prepping it for testing, and then the ride's eventual opening next summer. Halloween Horror Nights. Tons of new merch. Solid merch. Not the best merchandise. fireworks, probably from Sensational. Not the best merchandise, not the best selection of merch yet, because it's not all out. But really cool merch still. I will say that. The merch is cool, there's just not that big of a selection because it's not all out yet. What we have right now is great. And then all of the Halloween Horror Nights updates. I'm just props everywhere. They're finally getting to a point of done. And I mean, we're less than 2 weeks away from the event, so glad to see it. Very excited for that season to begin. Hopefully it's much better run than past Holder Nights is. It usually is. So anyway, super excited for that. And yeah, and Fast and the Lost Continent construction, just tons and tons of updates. Past Holder Nights sucked, but the rest of the day was just fantastic. And with all that being said, that's it for this time. Next time I'll see you, Halloween Horror Nights. So, see y'all next time for a spooky adventure.